With Cardano already up over 600% since March, is bullish continuation possible as Shelley Mainnet gets ready to launch one day away? What's up, everybody? Welcome to Crypto Capital Venture. Hit that subscribe, like, turn the notification bells on. Appreciate you cruising by. There's Cardano on the weekly chart, up 600% plus since March, at one point up over 700%. Can this continue? That's really the question we will be exploring in this video. As you know, weekend update integration successful for Shelley hard fork on Cardano. Charles Hoskinson announced that the weekend update integration was successful and that the team is getting ready with its planned Shelley hard fork deployment. On top of this, the update also mentioned that the testnet already has 300 stake pools on standby. If you haven't downloaded Shelley testnet, check that out. It's pretty cool to see all the stake pools that are on standby, waiting on the sidelines. So the current Cardano Byron mainnet will become the Cardano Shelley mainnet on Wednesday, July 29th, 2020. Obviously, you all know this. And you remember, I shouldn't say you remember, but you might have seen, right? 2 days ago, Charles tweeted, "This time next year, I predict there will be hundreds of assets running on Cardano, thousands of dApps, tons of interesting projects, and lots of unique use and utility. 2021 is going to be so much fun watching Cardano grow and evolve. The community is definitely ready to innovate." If there is bullish continuation for all markets in general, Cardano is going to be such a top performer with all of these things going on. The community is growing at just a crazy rate, and it's extremely bullish to me. I'm just throwing that out there strictly from an investment standpoint, right? I'm not even talking about the technology that they're using and the longer term potential for adoption and stuff, and what the problems they can solve are. I'm talking strictly from an investment standpoint. Speaking of price, Cardano charts are doing everything right. Any scenario, sideways or down, that leads Cardano into the 50-day moving average, the blue line, is a good scenario. Further move down anywhere above 11.5 cents would not be a concern, only a buying opportunity. So if we get this sideways consolidation, even down to 11.5 cents, it's really not a concern to me. And we might even go lower than that. But I want to talk about the downside, and I'm going to talk about the upside scenarios in this next 5 minutes. So let's jump in right now. Here we go. That's the weekly chart. You can see Cardano, with everything going on, entering this next cycle of cryptocurrency markets with all the news, really in a price discovery stage, right? So we are overbought on the weekly. We're coming back down a little bit on this RSI here. And, you know, we could easily continue overbought on this weekly as Cardano goes through this next phase with everything happening in the next couple months, namely the fourth quarter of this year. So we'll keep an eye on the weekly, but we do like to see some consolidation at the very least, no matter how long it's going to be up here. These little consolidation phases are important, and you can really just see that that's something that has happened since the March swing low. Consolidation, red weekly candle, red weekly candle, red weekly candle, another red weekly candle, with some upward momentum right now on that weekly candle, which is good to see. Now let's jump into this 6-hour chart. I mentioned 10.5 cent range, right? So let me just put that on, or not 10.5, 11.5 cents I mentioned. That is right around here. Now that area there's a lot going on there. So a couple things. Number one, the apex of this triangle that we just broke out of is right above that area. And right below that area is this lower trend line that we've been using that goes all the way back to the March swing low. And that lower trend line currently right around 10 cents or so. Yes, everybody, a dip like that is possible, right? I believe it's like a 20% dip, 25% dip or so. Let me just see so that we can know. 25% dip, let's call it, to that lower trend line. This is a 6-hour chart. I'm not saying it's going to happen. However, it could happen. And we have other data on this chart that suggests that it could happen. But let's go to the daily. We'll look at that, and we'll look at upside potential as well. Bullish continuation. So let me open up this chart, and let me talk about the big dip possibility before we talk about upside, right? And this is what it looks like. We know that we've touched this trend line a bunch of times over the course of the last few months or so, right? And you can see that all of these lower trend line bounces. We haven't touched it as of yet on this most recent consolidation phase. Could Cardano kind of trickle into it? Yeah, without really moving down in price. It could happen, and then we can continue. But there's also a possibility it just kind of trickles down quicker, more volatile, and we even can place our Fibonacci retracement from that last swing low. And this is what I like to do on a trend line. The last swing low to our most previous swing high on this daily chart, and we can place the very volatile, extremely volatile potential dip for Cardano, and this is what it looks like, the 618 to 786, and this goes all the way down to 9 cents, 9 to 10 cents. Do I think that will happen? I don't. That, though, is a very big buy opportunity. If Cardano came down and tested this trend line, I believe that it could wick quickly into this area, and it's a good buy opportunity. It's just something I'm always prepared for, whether it's Bitcoin, Cardano, whatever it is, and it's something that I just want to throw out there just so that you're prepared as well. Because when we make these decisions in these crypto markets, we have to know not only the upside, right, and not only enjoy the upside, we have to be prepared for the downside. So that's what that looks like. At the very least, potential pullback, throwback to the trend line of this symmetrical triangle, currently around 12.2 cents. And we know we broke out of this symmetrical triangle right here, almost exactly 70-some% to the apex of the triangle, almost hit the 16-cent target exactly. And we know 62% of the time, based on many, many successful trades, right, that 62% of the time a throwback occurs. And a throwback is when it basically would come back to that trend line, test it, and continue to the upside, if not break through it. But in a bullish environment, if cryptocurrency markets continue bullish, we test this, we continue to upside. And that would really bring the weekly RSIs down, those momentum oscillators, and even this daily, the daily momentum oscillators that you see here. But if you look at the daily momentum oscillators, namely this RSI here at the top, you can see it's not even in the overbought territory. And this can be our segue to bullish environment, right? Cardano has a lot of upside in terms of momentum on this daily chart, even on this stock RSI, quicker moving momentum oscillator, kind of hanging out, towards the middle, a lot of upside there. So speaking of upside, what am I looking for? Well, 16 cents was our previous target out of this symmetrical triangle. That's an area that I'd be looking for, for some type of potential resistance, or I would use that area as if Cardano breaks that would be ultra bullish looking. If it breaks it with a lot of separation, if it trickles sideways below it, there could be some true resistance there, and we have to be careful about, right? And then the other thing is this: along this path of higher highs and higher lows on this daily chart, you can see Cardano, you can use this Fibonacci retracement for higher highs as well. So let's just take this one, for example. This was a swing high in April down to this wick right here. That's a swing low. And you can see what Cardano did. We kind of had a swing high, swing low, right up to a 1618 area right here, consolidated quickly, and then continued to the upside, right? And then if we take Fibonacci retracement again, we do this swing high to this swing low. It's almost like the same thing happened. Cardano coming up to this 1618 area, a little bit below it, and then continues to the upside. So we can continue using that 1618 on the Fibonacci, and we can say our previous swing high up here, July 7th, to our very quick swing low, the bottom trend line of that triangle. And you can see, look what it has done. Cardano has hit that 1618 almost confluent with the 16-cent target out of the symmetrical triangle, and now currently coming back down, consolidating just above this 786 to 618 Fibonacci. And what we can do again is one more time, and let me get rid of this one. Let's place this Fibonacci retracement from the swing high, and actually I can't see the top of that candle. Okay, so from this swing high right here to the swing low, this would be a lot easier on a 6-hour chart, but we're using the daily. 1618, we're talking if it breaks 16 cents, a new swing high, 17 cent would be the target. And from there, just like throughout this whole process on this daily chart, hitting a 1618, we could get some consolidation and continuation to the upside. So if you want to get to 20 cents, that's what you'd be looking for. You'd be looking for Cardano. We've bounced a little bit. We have a couple daily looking candles that are kind of bullish looking right now for potential continuation. We want to break through the 16 cent area, that previous target of symmetrical triangle, hit 17 cents, and at the very least, if nothing more, kind of consolidate in that area between 16 and 17 cents for continuation to a next target. So that's what we'd be looking at for the upside. This could happen, to really wrap this all together, this could happen with everything going on in the next couple weeks, the next month or so, and actually could overperform these charts. When there's a lot of bullishness and a lot of hype going on with the cryptocurrency, we know the data is valuable on the technicals. However, the technicals aren't very accurate, especially in a volatile, bullish environment where, Bitcoin, Cardano is just going crazy, right? So, but we anticipate upside, we anticipate everything, the downside, and we make our decisions from there. If you found this valuable, please hit that like button. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Let's keep watching. Let's see what happens in the coming days, weeks ahead. Appreciate you cruising by. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think the next price move for Cardano will be. I always love reading your comments. Appreciate you. See you in the next video. Have a great day, and God bless.